Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of The Longest Journey. Where we last left off was we got stuck doing a bunch of castle examination to find a path forward. And we have Crow who has his mouth filled with magical water, and apparently the only way to handle this is to use Crow and literally put him into the canyon.
I need you to fly down into the canyon again.
Again? But there's literally nothing down there. Okay, I'll do it.
Oh wait, I accidentally made him swallow the water, didn't I? Ugh.
Did anything change down there?
No.
Still nothing. Nothing at all.
Okay. Yeah, so apparently I accidentally talked to Crow too much to the point where he was...
Crow, we need some more water from the Well of Making.
Yeah.
Of course we do. And who's gonna have to go get it? Crow, who else?
So we need the magical water, and that magical water needs to go down to the canyon, and that's how we unlock the bridge to get to the castle, which is kind of stupid that it's like this, but it's like, I guess that's what they want to do, is to complicate.
You okay? Okay, let's see. Where can we use the water?
Down the canyon.
I got an idea, Crow. You said there was nothing down there, right? The absence of anything.
No.
The water in your mouth is magical water from the Well of Making.
Whoa.
Oh.
So what if we add the magic of making to nothing? What happens then?
It makes something.
Something, right? Something's better than nothing. Fly down there and spit the water out on top of the nothing. Then get out quickly. Something will happen, I'm sure of it.
Sure.
I'm just not sure what exactly.
Yeah, so essentially that was the one thing that I was just confused by, is like, why do we need the water? There it is, the bridge. So random though, honestly. It's the most randomest thing I've ever, like,
That's
dealt
something,
with.
all right. But what? Where's Crow? Crow! 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 Oh, please let him be all right, wherever he is.
Alright, well that means he disappears for helping us. Alright, let's go. I mean, there was nothing else we could have pulled off, and I'm just so confused that this was the only way to literally get us to, like, get up to the top here. It's just really
It's been a long
annoying.
journey getting here, but this is it. The end of the road.
No.
All I have to do now is figure out how to get up into the tower. I thought I'd already passed the 3 trials. There's always something. I guess it's not supposed to be easy.
Nope. Alright. We need to use the disc, I'm assuming, for this part. It looks like there is... I guess we touch it?
It's the Well of Making. It's very deep and very clear, and obviously magical.
Do we drop the disc down here, I guess? Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's not much options left anyways, besides the Well of Making. Oh, it's sinking deeper versus having to... Oh, it's a portal down there. Unless that's not a portal and I'm just imagining it. Ooh, the hand symbol. Interesting, with the whole trying to make it mystical kind of thing, I guess, for dropping the stone disc. Wait, is it... It's... What? It's frozen. I think... Did the game freeze? Oh no, did the game freeze? I don't have any access to what's going on. I don't have any way to change anything. Yeah, it's frozen. Alright, give me a quick second. I think something happened and it just played the animation and then it just froze the game. I have no clue, but I'll be right back, I guess, to see if it is working, I guess. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I think that... Okay, let me do that again. Alrighty, never mind. I found it. I found my mouse. My cursor apparently just flew off to oblivion somehow, and I don't know why it did. Alright, yeah, let's just look at it.
Water has shaped itself into a hand.
Okay, alright, let's interact. I mean, our hand literally looks like that hand gesture. Yeah, the game didn't freeze, it was just my mouse cursor just disappeared out of nowhere. I don't know why it disappeared. Look around, April. You're telling yourself you're a guardian now. I'm trying to think, what was the quote? Yeah, Harry Wizard. you're a wizard, Harry. You're a guardian, April. I don't know, I'm just being weird. Oh no. This guy's doing it? No! Who is this? It's the evil guy, isn't it? That's not our hands. What the hell? Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, that's the symbol that the longest journey has been having us go through for so long. Who is that person who just... Cortez? Who's that? Who is this?
Thank God you came. I thought you were lost for good.
My path here diverged from yours. You had to pass the 3 trials.
Oh, this is...
You were right in warning me. This place is like a Freudian nightmare. The first psychologist to arrange field trips here will rake in a fortune. I mean, talk about shock therapy.
It is a sacred place. Only the chosen few can pass through the desolation.
But then why didn't my hand work on the Well of Making? I mean, I passed all the tests, right?
That is a mystery. You are to be the 13th Guardian, are you not? The balance has picked you. Your hand should have unlocked the tower, like mine did.
Why did it still react to your hand?
Even though I left the tower, I am still the current Guardian, and I will continue to be until you go through the ritual and take my place.
Oh.
Hold on. I think we're about to move. The tower is letting us in.
So this is the 13th, or the Guardian guy that we escaped out of the spaceship with. I mistook him for Cortez because he kind of looked similar to him, but it was not. Oh, somebody's holding onto the disc. What the hell? Why is this guy like constantly with us? He's not even supposed to be there, and he just randomly appeared. He keeps appearing randomly in like some of the weird places. The evil dude. I'm pretty sure I'm calling him the evil dude, but what the hell, dude?
I never thought I would see this place again.
Sure.
It's cold. Was it always this cold?
I do not know. When I was here last, I did not feel much at all.
Well, I'm freezing.
I spent more than 1,000 years in this tower, and yet I cannot remember ever feeling warm or cold. Being Guardian, there is just the balance, and our duty to it.
You didn't feel anything?
There are no emotions. Emotions interfere with the balance. I was the conduit between magic and logic, between chaos and order, and I had to be clean.
That sounds horrible.
Clean.
It never felt that way. I was content, as far as it was possible for me to be content, until the very end when I became restless.
Excuse me?
That's when you left the tower?
I had no choice. The balance forced me out. I was polluting the flows that passed through me, through this room, and it was time for someone to succeed me.
So now it's my turn to be Guardian.
Are you afraid?
No.
I've never been so afraid in my life. 1,000 years. Everything will be gone when I'm done. My friends, My family? Dead. My world probably changed beyond recognition.
For sure.
I know, April. I have experienced this myself. When I returned to Stark, I could not believe that all the things I knew, the memories of a life that I recalled as clearly as if it were only yesterday, they were all gone. I was lost, alone, dying, until the Vanguard picked me up from the street and imprisoned me. It shames me to say it, but that was a relief.
What?
To be fed, to sleep comfortably, to be warm.
Interesting.
You have every right to be afraid. But consider this. Your sacrifice will be the salvation of mankind, of two worlds. What greater gift is there? What greater reward than to know you are like a god?
Believe me, I could do without the reward. If there was any other way, I'd embrace it in a second. But I won't shy away from this either. If it is my destiny, then so be it.
Destiny.
Good. To wish for the loss of dreams and emotions would be wrong. But to acknowledge it in the face of your fears, this proves you are ready.
Okay. So, what now? What do I do?
Just walk to the edge of the disc. The tower will know what to do. If you are the new Guardian, the tower will embrace you.
Interesting.
All right, here it goes. 1,000 years.
The evil dude's gonna come out of nowhere a bit soon. He can't just be standing there all the time and just pretending like he's there and not gonna do something stupid.
Now what? Nothing's happening.
Oof.
You are right. Then it is as I suspected.
There's one trial we
What?
didn't do.
What did you suspect?
That you are not the one chosen to take my place in the tower. You are
What?
not the 13th Guardian.
Why?
If I'm not, then...
I think I may be able to answer that question, Miss Ryan.
The asshole has to do it.
You? How the hell did you get here?
How did you not know he was been
You
following
didn't
us?
think your little games back at the station would fool anyone, did you? Aside from those moronic and useless guards. It puzzles me why Mr. McAllen could be such a visionary and yet be so lacking in his comprehension of human nature to surround himself with brainless louts.
Maybe because he wasn't human.
Yep.
He was not. That would explain a lot. If he was not human, then what was he?
You mean you didn't know? He was your boss, and you had no idea who you were working for. How pathetic can you get?
Oof.
Don't toy with me, child. Don't you dare toy with me.
I don't. I do not know what came over me. I'm not prone to anger. In fact, I'm usually quite incapable of it.
I hate this
Must
guy's
be
voice
the
still. Why?
environment that's... I don't feel quite right. Like there's something in here that's
Oh.
calling to me. What are you doing to me?
I'm not
I
doing
don't know what
anything.
you're talking about, Gordon.
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
No matter. I can ignore this. It's so hot in here. Don't you feel it? The heat?
I'm freezing. Maybe you should lie down for a minute or two.
No, he's the selected guardian.
Maybe you should lie down, Miss Ryan. I actually have a good reason to be here, but you do not. After all, you are no longer a candidate in this race, are you?
I may not become the new Guardian, but neither will you. The balance will never accept you.
The balance will probably accept
Don't
him.
be so sure, April. That's your name, is it not, April?
Why are you asking me silly questions?
I will be the Guardian. The balance will have no choice. Not with you and the previous guardian. Gone. And I'm... There's something here, isn't there? Someone's calling my name. Someone's... No. No. Not that. Not here. You brought it here, you stupid bitch!
Oh, it's the monster thing that we captured in
Stop.
our medallion. What? Why are you kicking him? So Gordon is not McGallen. I'm mistaking McGallen and Gordon because they look similar and they speak similarly. So McGallen is back in Stark still, and Gordon's his butler or his sidekick secondary guy that we have to like deal with, I guess. Where's my cursor? Okay, so we need to...
Gordon's the stronger one. He'll win if I don't do something.
Okay, so basically he's being called out by this thing, I guess. The medallion is hurting him.
No, stay away from me, don't, no!
I think the monster inside the medallion is actually calling to him. Maybe the medallion, once the medallion released that thing inside of Gordon, that's when we can kind of get to be the next guardian, maybe? Like, we need to do something, I think,
What
before.
happened to him?
I'm alive again. You gave me back my life.
What?
I did? You don't sound like yourself. Are you okay?
I do sound like myself. And I'm better than I've ever been, April. I'm whole again.
I don't get it. Now I'm getting more
So
confused.
it worked? The joining of two halves?
Magic and logic. Order and chaos. I'm in balance now. I am balance. And it's glorious.
What are you talking
Sorry for
about?
what I did to you, April. And to you, sir, I'm sorry for everything.
I'm so confused.
It wasn't you. Not all of you, anyway.
It was me, but it misguided me. I wish I could undo all the harm I've done to both worlds. Both as Gordon Holloway and as the Chaos Vortex.
Oh, interesting.
But I can't undo my actions. All I can do is make sure they'll never happen again. And the only way to ensure that is by becoming the Guardian.
How do we know we trust this guy?
You? The Guardian?
It's my destiny, April Ryan, not yours. I was born to be the Guardian. And although the Vanguard almost managed to prevent that from ever happening, they didn't succeed.
How?
And now, I'm ready. Thanks to you.
I'm just so
But what about me?
confused.
If I'm not going to be the Guardian, then who am I?
You're the keeper.
That's something I cannot answer for you, April. Only you can do that. But I don't think the universe is done with you. You are important. Just not in the way you imagined.
Indeed.
He speaks the truth, April. He is to be the Guardian now.
Oh,
It was always his destiny, even though it was taken from him by the Vanguard.
interesting.
We will begin the changing of the guards now, Gordon. And you, April, thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice, your courage, your kindness.
What did I sacrifice?
Okay, stop. You're making me feel very self-conscious. I only did what had to be done.
Yeah.
Which is more than most people would have done. Your journey here will be remembered, April Ryan. Remembered and retold for all time.
Are you sure?
Right now, I'm only concerned about what's coming next.
Yeah.
Where do I go now? Where can I go?
That is your choice to make. But do not fret. This world will never hurt you again.
I doubt it.
How do I get back to Stark? Or Arcadia, for that matter.
Walk. Walk until you are outside, and then go back inside. It is easy from here. You can go anywhere you wish.
Yeah, because she can control her.
I guess then that this is goodbye.
Perhaps we will meet again.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? It's not an impossible thought. Anyway, you guys have an important job to get to. Don't let me hold you back.
Indeed.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Alright, so do we get to control April after that event? I also want to point out that, yes, I did cut away for a second, so if I moved a little bit or looked weird and stuff, that's because
So
I
that's the end of that.
had to stop the video for a little bit.
Funny. I feel almost melancholy, despite everything that's happened. I'm actually gonna miss this adventure.
Where's Crow? We just missed him.
After all, what am I doing now? Going back to school? Live like nothing has happened? Like I'm just a normal person?
Or go through 2 more games of yourself.
It's a long way home. I'll figure it out before I get there. Wherever there is.
I do hope we get control a little bit before we end the episode, but...
Hey, April, wait up!
Knew it.
Where you going? Wait! Don't leave me here!
Then fly to her, jeez. It's like, you can fly and catch up to me. So, the one thing I'm very confused by is why bring Gordon into this sort of, like, space? It just makes no sense a little bit for an ending like that. I understand that the developers or whoever wrote the story wanted a good plot twist, but it was such an a misunderstood, like, or not misunderstood, but like a very confusing plot twist, because you barely got to know Gordon through like one scene, I think, specifically. I mean, there might have been a few more scenes I might have missed, but I don't remember too fondly of them. But seriously, that was such a weird twist of an ending for Gordon to... Oh, an epilogue. Threads. Oh, there's an epilogue. Maybe we get to control something? No?
And so the story goes.
Is that it? But whatever happened to April Ryan? And did that man, Gordon Holloway, become a good and just guardian?
Yeah.
That is the end. If you had studied your scriptures, child, you would know that the 13th guardian was the last guardian to watch over the balance.
Wait, what?
Was it after his reign that the worlds were reunited?
No.
During his reign, not long after the events I have just described.
Please tell us more. Tell us what happened to April and about the reunification of Stark and Arcadia.
I think I will save those stories for another night. I'm feeling tired, and it is late. I would see you out, but my legs...
Thank you, Lady Alvani. We'll find our way out ourselves. Thank you again for your hospitality and for your story.
And so the story goes. How strange it was to tell it again. To remember April Ryan. That was such a long, long time ago. And now my story is almost over as well.
What?
You're as healthy as ever.
Oh, it is April,
You
isn't
still
it?
got a lot of life left in you. Wish I was half as lucky.
Don't say that. You're okay. You can still fly.
Fly, yes. But those cute little birds, they don't seem to appreciate that. They're holding out for their young, handsome suitors, and they don't have time for an old crow like me.
Well, you got me, Crow. Isn't that something?
I guess. Yeah, sure. Oh, of course. Unless you're not planning on going out there again, are you? On a new adventure? 'Cause, I don't know. I'm kinda happy staying here.
Don't worry, Crow. I think our adventuring days are over. But that doesn't mean we can't tell stories, does it?
No, definitely not. Tell me one. Tell me the one about the young, beautiful warrior princess who single-handedly won the War of the Balance.
I don't remember it quite like that, Crow, but let's see. This story begins a long, long time ago, when Stark and Arcadia were still to be reunited, and the Guardian was still on his throne.
Oh, so you're saying that the next game is gonna cover that idea that Stark and Arcadia is starting to collide, I guess? Or I'll probably silence the music for this credit scene just because I don't want to get caught with any copyright issues, which I think there's a lot of music that happens throughout this game that I don't know if they're copyright safe. But I always mute the credits usually because they seem very less likely for good. They seem less likely good for copyright stuff. But anyways, man, that's it for The Longest Journey, I think. That's the last part to this game. I wasn't anticipating it to immediately go into a cutscene and then just more cutscenes to the very end here, so that's just out of my hands where I can't do anything to stop it. So this is technically the final episode of The Longest Journey then. Alright, well, I would say that the ending was very fast. Like, it's very, like... Let me lower the volume all the way, so I don't have to hear the music get distracted for what I want to say. But it's like the game just ended with like a very fast shoop. Like it just didn't want to stop. It just wanted to just go right at the throat and just close this game out completely. The Longest Journey felt less like a Longest Journey, but I guess it is a journey. But it's like it feels weird because like I kind of get the idea that it's like a journey across multiple dimensions, to 2 dimensions technically, to like save both the balance of the world and everything. I really like this game for its world building. That's the number one thing I want to say, to kind of call out first. The most easiest thing. I like the world building. It's really cool that they built the world in a way that's very unique and very stylized to this game itself. And I like the fact that they try to do a futuristic combination with medieval fantasy-based world and smacked it together into like this sort of like blend between universes and stuff. I really like that a lot. Though I think one of the biggest things I still have problems with is just the point-and-click adventure kind of style of things. I mean, I know this is a formula that's been pretty much the same almost for a lot of point-and-click games, where it's point-and-click until you find your solution forward, or combine, mix, and stuff, and like combine the stuff. I still think this game is very dated for that matter of that, and I forgive it for that, but I think that it's just, in today's time, I feel like point-and-click games should be a lot better, where it's like much more straightforward a little bit. Like, I understand if you can combine things, like let the player try to figure that out, mishmash, try to put the pieces of puzzles together to make sure that it works, is important. And I think that this game kind of does that a lot, where it's just like you gotta make sure you can stick the puzzle pieces all together to make it work for you as a player and such. But yeah, this game has been sitting on my channel for a while now. I did take a long break before I came back to this game. I was thinking about returning to this game because I just felt like I needed to finish it. It's been sitting on the ongoing series for a while, and I just wanted to just pick this up and just start playing it and then just start finishing it. I do have other games I need to do the same way with, but it's just like I always tend to like find less time to do them, or I just end up having to be a little bit more like... I find it a little bit more difficult to just get to them usually, or get back to them sometimes. So yeah, I felt like this was the game sort of that I needed to just come back to and finish it. I do know that there is more to the series. One of them is Dreamfall Chapters, which is the most recent series that is an installment for this world, and Dreamfall Chapters and The Longest Journey Dreamfall. I don't remember what the title of the second one was. Dreamfall? I don't remember. But there's another one that comes up after this that kind of, I feel like, ties directly after this one. And that's why the older version of April Ryan, which I kind of felt like at the end I realized it was April Ryan, because I was like, she seems like she's telling the story from a first-person perspective kind of feel. And that's where I was just like, oh, okay, maybe that's why it was easier to catch the sort of like foreshadow, or the sort of like easy, like it wasn't a twist, or it wasn't even a surprise anymore by that point, but it was just like, oh, okay, well, I didn't realize it was April, but it's older April telling the story of her past kind of thing, which makes sense, because a lot of the older people usually tells the story in this game, and usually they go on and on about it. And it's really nice that they're trying to pull the same like foreshadowing twist of like, oh, these people will tell their own journeys to younger generation to get them to understand what they've been through and stuff like that. So that's a really nice touch to it. otherwise, I think that's the big points. I think the story's ending was really bad, I feel like. It's not bad to the point where I say this is the most crappiest thing ever, and like it's not that. It's okay, I think, but it's just not great because it's like we give a random character who we barely get to know about much a spot to finish off the sort of like guardian kind of thing, which kind of feels a little bit sad because April doesn't get to have the chance of being in a higher position. But I guess the higher position for her is that she can travel across both dimension and try to save the parallel universe or the universe of the two and stuff. So it's like, I don't know. I think that it could have been written better for the ending, but I guess that's what it is. Yeah, and then ultimately it shows that April can kind of travel to the future randomly without knowing, so yeah. Anyways, that's it for The Longest Journey, I guess. I don't have much to say about it. I think the puzzles are pretty simplistic, but also very complicated sometimes. I had to look up the guide multiple times because I didn't know what 2 and 2 would be put together to make it work to move forward, but it was just really hard. The voice acting was really nice. I liked it. The animation is very dated, of course, but that's not against the developers here. It's just, that's how it is, I guess. When you have an older game, you just have older animations, and it's like very rough or kind of rough, and then some things that just feel like pretty cool and really interesting. I think the one thing I wish that this game had also done better was to upgrade the stuff, or at least like try to develop the thing. As you can see throughout my series, like if you look at the bottom right side of the screen, at the very bottom of this game thing, it says DG Voodoo is the tool that I use. At the time I was like, how do you play this game? Like the game constantly crashed. I wish it didn't have to use a third party or a mod kind of like software tool to make it work, but I understand that it's an older game. This game is like 1999. Like it came out during that time, so it's like it's such an old game that it's like it needs like upgrades and improvements to make it work on the PC. But I forgive it for that fact as well. But I think that's one of the biggest thing I wish it could have fixed, so that more people can enjoy another point and click adventure in their libraries if they ever choose to get more point and click games in their library. But otherwise, I think this is definitely a game for those who wants to try out another point and click game. This definitely has a lot of effort put into it, and it has a lot of like cool things that I like out of it, story wise and world building wise. At times there are points in the story I felt were a little bit plot related or plot dependent, but it's like, or plot shielded, plot protected. But I understand that it's to push that story forward. I still wonder about some characters though. Like some of the characters we helped out along the way seems to have not come back. They said that some of our best friends were not dead. They were like critically injured in the hospital, and I'm like, so what about them? Like I kind of feel like there's a lot of questions that never got answered after the fact that we heard about what happens to some people, but it's like I wish there was more to those as well, because it's not driven by the characters, it's driven by the world that's making this game interesting story narratively. So I think that's what's really nice about this game. I think it's just focusing more on the world and less about the characters specifically in Stark and Arcadia. So yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it in terms of my thoughts. I think just kind of having a really quick thought through this for this game. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching and joining me on The Longest Journey. If you guys want to get this game for yourself on PC, I will leave links to the platforms that this game is available on. I will not know if I should. I don't know if I had the DG Voodoo page that had come with it for the thing. I looked up the discussion in Steam, I think, at the time when I first started, and then that's how I got my answer. I might provide a link to that too as well, just to let people experience it the way I did here, if they want to play it for themselves. Yeah, because I do feel like I did miss a few things here and there, but not by much, I feel like. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it for the series. Yeah. So what's next is potentially the sequel for The Longest Journey. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to go into it immediately right now. I'm going to have to wait and see about that because I'm still thinking about other things I want to pick up on and try to play or try to continue on that I'm still thinking about. I might start a new game, which randomly could happen. I just don't know. It just feels like I might do that sometimes, but who knows. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens next. I will continue on my other games that I'm still playing on, but that's usually the case. If you guys want to check out other games, like if I have played another point-and-click adventure, I have played a small one called Bold Boy. I might put that on my recommendation here. If you want to try that, check that out. I did play Misfortune, I think. Misfortune? I don't remember the name. Jeez, I can't remember the name. Yeah, I'll probably put that as a recommendation as well on the ending here. But yeah, I played a few point-and-click games with stories and stuff like that, so I recommend you guys check those out. They're very short series usually, not as long as The Longest Journey would be, but those are like the more recent games that have come out to Steam and stuff like that that are like point-and-click adventure or point-and-click style games with heavy narrative. But if you guys want to check those out, then feel free to check them out. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for the series. So thank you guys for joining me on The Longest Journey again. See you guys in another game or another series of mine. Hope you guys have a good, amazing day, week, and night to whenever you're watching this. And I look forward to the next games or the other games that you will be watching me on playing. So, other than that, Roz